These are the businesses that always fail in India, where certain models face a shockingly 97% failure rate. According to the data from Ministry of Corporate Affairs, thousands of founders are quietly burning their life savings. I am making this video because the internet's hidden income gurus are hiding the raw unit economics from you. You've been told that starting a trendy, aesthetic business is the ticket out of your corporate grind. But what happens when your capital gets permanently trapped in unsold inventory and platform commissions? How do you spot a hidden capital trap before even spending a single rupee? Today, I promise to give you the exact data-backed blueprint to protect your downside. Let's look at the business models. Business number 1, the aesthetic concept cave. Let's address the single biggest capital incinerators for millennial founders, the boutique, Instagram-friendly aesthetic cave. Hospitality data in India shows that independent, non-franchise caves suffer from a brutal 3-year failure rate of nearly 85%. The psychological trap here is called the consumer projection bias. Because founders enjoy sitting in beautiful caves and drinking premium coffees, they mistakenly project their own consumer behavior onto a wider market. They invest 30 to 50 lakhs in high-end interior design, premium coffee machine, and expensive commercial real estate leases in trendy neighborhoods. But the economic reality of Indian consumer is deeply governed by discretionary elasticity. In India, coffee is rarely viewed as a high-margin utility product. It is treated as an experiential luxury. A customer will occupy a premium 4-seater table for 3 hours, consume the high-speed Wi-Fi, and order a cold brew worth 250 rupees. When you calculate the rent per square foot and raising commercial electricity tariffs and massive ingredient spoilage rates, the unit economics completely disintegrates. The high fixed overheads crushes the business even before it reaches an operational break-even, turning a passion project into a massive financial liability. Business number 2, generic dropshipping and white label e-commerce, the holy grail of internet gurus. While the entry barriers are incredibly low, data from digital ad networks and logistic aggregators reveal that over 95% of dropshipping storefronts in India shut down within 90 days. The collapse of this model is driven by a brutal economic mechanism known as the customer acquisition to lifetime value imbalance. Because anyone can pull a generic product off a wholesale market, create a basic Shopify website, and run meta ads, the digital ad auctions in India are fiercely saturated. To sell a product worth 500 rupees, you end up spending 450 rupees just on advertising clicks to acquire a single buyer. But the absolute death blow to e-commerce in India is written to origin. Because the Indian consumer expects cash on delivery as the baseline convenience, up to 40 to 50% of all dropshipped orders are rejected at the customer's doorfront. As a founder, you still have to pay the logistic aggregator for both the forward shipping and the reverse shipping of a product that never got sold. You are effectively burning capital on logistic fees for ghost revenue, causing the business model to collapse under its own weight. Business number 3, the stand-alone multi-brand clothing boutique. Third business model with an incredibly high casualty rate is the standalone physical apparel boutique or multi-branded clothing store. Retail market tracking indicates that independent fashion retail stores face a failure rate of over 80% in the first 24 months. This failure is driven by inventory holding friction and micro trend velocity. Fashion is no longer seasonal. It moves with the speed of internet algorithms. To keep a physical boutique looking fresh, you must buy inventory upfront across multiple sizes, colors, and designs. This locks up your liquid capital into physical fabric directly sitting on your racks. The Indian apparel landscape is entirely dominated by two aggressive forces: massive institutional fast fashion e-commerce platforms that offer endless varieties with free return policies, and large factory outlets that compete purely on scale and heavy discounting. A standalone boutique simply cannot compete with this price arbitrage. You are left with dead stock, sizes and designs that didn't sell, which you're eventually forced to liquidate at massive losses just to clear out your shelves. When your capital is permanently trapped in unsold inventory, while your fixed commercial landlord demands rent every single month, bankruptcy is the mathematically certain outcome. Business number 4, hyper trendy gyms and fitness studios. While health and fitness are booming sectors in India, standalone premium gyms face a hidden, staggering failure rate of over 75% within 3 years. The structural flaw in this model relies on behavioral psychology phenomena known as the hyperbolic discounting trap. In January, driven by New Year motivation, consumers value their future health highly and are willing to pay for premium memberships. Gym owners collect this upfront cash and mistake it for sustainable recurring monthly revenue. They use this initial capital to lease expensive imported commercial strength equipment and maintain high volume air conditioning across massive square footage. But by March, attendance data shows that 60% of these members stop showing up. Because the gym's business model relies on low retention, high churn cycle, the owner must constantly spend massive amounts of money on marketing to acquire fresh members to replace the ones that quit. The moment the local market saturates or a newer, shinier gym opens 2 blocks down the street, your membership renewals completely flatline. You are left holding a massive fixed facility cost with depreciating equipment assets and a declining user base. Business number 5, the unbranded cloud kitchen. Our 5th business model is a classic example of a good idea ruined by flawed execution platforms. The unbranded generic cloud kitchen. During the digital delivery boom, thousands of founders rushed to open a delivery-only kitchen, thinking they could bypass the heavy rental costs of a traditional restaurant. Today, data from restaurant aggregators reveal that over 88% of delivery-only cloud kitchens collapse within the first 18 months. This model fails because of a structural concept called platform dependency friction. When you don't have a physical storefront, you do not really exist in the real world. You have zero organic foot traffic. You are entirely invisible to customers unless you exist on dominant food delivery platforms. This means you don't own your customer, the platform owns them. To get visibility on these apps, you are forced to give up 25 to 30% of your total order value as a baseline commission to the platform. On top of that, you will have to pay the platform internal advertising fees to rank on the home screen of your local neighborhood code. When you combine platform commissions, continuous discounts to attract clicks, raising raw ingredient inflation and packaging costs, your net margins are squeezed down to zero or deeply negative. At this pace, you aren't running a food business, you are running an underpaid logistics service for a tech aggregator. Business number 6, organic farm to consumer delivery apps. This one is a highly noble but economically brutal trap. Localized organic grocery and farm to consumer delivery apps. Driven by the rising wellness trend among urban millennials, many founders try to build apps or subscription services that source organic produce directly from farmers and deliver them to elite households. The failure rate here sits comfortably above 90%. The structural collapse of this model is caused by perishable supply chain decay and low wallet share. Fresh fruits and vegetables are highly perishable agricultural assets with an incredibly short life. In India's climate, without a highly sophisticated, multi-core cold storage supply chain, your inventory spoilage rates can easily hit 25 to 30% every week. Furthermore, the Indian consumer, even the affluent urban millennial, is highly price sensitive when it comes to daily staples. They will praise organic farming on social media, but when they see that organic tomatoes cost 3 times more than the local vendor down the street, their purchasing volume drops significantly. You are left managing logistical nightmare. High procurement costs, rapid inventory decay, expensive delivery operations, and an extremely small inconsistent customer base that treats your platform as an occasional novelty rather than a daily habit. Business number 7, the salon and spa franchise trap. Our final business model is one that looks incredibly stable on the outside, but is a massive trap on the inside. The unmanaged or franchised luxury salon and spa retail outlet. Personal grooming is a recurring need. Yet, standalone premium salons face a 3-year failure rate of over 70%. The operational vulnerability of this business is rooted in key person risk and revenue leakage. A salon is entirely dependent on human labor. The specific skills of hairstylists, therapists, and beauticians. In India's beauty industry, staff attrition rate is exceptionally high, often exceeding 40% annually. The moment a highly talented stylist builds a loyal relationship with one of your customers, they will leave your salon to start their own independent practice or join a competitor, taking 50% of your recurring customers overnight. If you try to counter this by buying into a famous national salon franchise to secure their brand value, you are hit with a different economic burden. That is massive upfront franchise fees, recurring royalty cuts on your top line revenue, and mind it, not profits, revenue, and mandatory procurement of expensive brand specific chemical products. Your fixed operational overhead is artificially inflated by the franchisor, while your day-to-day business remains highly vulnerable to local staff mismanagement and aggressive neighborhood competitors. The clear data-backed lesson here is simple. A business model is not viable just because it looks trendy, premium, or easy to start on your laptop. High failure businesses almost share the same flaws. High fixed real estate overheads, extreme dependency of platforms, or inventory decay. If you want to protect your hard-earned capital and build true financial leverage, focus on the low-risk, unflashy utility models that have predictable margins and lock in local geographical demand. And this video is where you'll find those business models. Protect your downside, study the unit economics even before spending a single rupee, and execute it with clinical precision. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.